Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Madam, and I'm coming back to you once again. Um, this time, we're going to go over to the Bayou Beat, and the article is made by the editor in chief. And it says, hoodwinked and bamboozled. Woman says Chris Brown ran off with $1 million after ditching Houston concert. Okay. Apparently, he was paid in advance, and he ditched the concert altogether, I'm assuming. But let's get into this article to find out what's really going on. Do the right thing is what a Houston businesswoman is pleading of Chris Brown, claiming that the superstar is refusing to return the $1.1 million she paid him in advance of him bailing out on the Houston benefit concert with no warning. On Wednesday, political community and business leaders held a news conference Wednesday calling out Brown for what they call reneging on a contract and scheduled performance for a concert on March 19th. LeGuan Bailey, owner of VP of DML, Real Estate Investors in Construction, said her company booked Brown to appear in her one-night-only benefit concert at the Toyota Center. The concert's purpose was to raise money for residents whose homes were damaged in Houston and in Louisiana due to Hurricane Ida and Nicholas. All right, and we're gonna go over to Houston. The Houston businesswoman, and this is the actual uh, press release that they did for this. And yeah, we're gonna find out what's going on. As always, like I said, I'm going to put the video credit or the source in my description, as I always do. So without further ado, let's get into this video.
Are you all ready? We're ready. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Speak up. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for coming this afternoon. Hopefully, everyone has gotten a copy of the press release. It has all of the pertinent details concerning why we are here. My name is Tiffany Parker with Tiffany Parker PR, and we are here on behalf of Mrs. Bailey, who has a claim that she is bringing against Chris Brown, worldwide entertainer and artist, concerning a canceled show right here in Houston. It was scheduled to help benefit victims of the disasters that took place here in Texas, Louisiana, and other places. So I'd like to introduce you to Ms. Bailey so that she might speak more pointedly to you about her situation and the resolve that she seeks to gain. Ms. Bailey? I'm sorry? What's to your right? Okay, excuse me. Good afternoon. My name is LaJuan Bailey, and I am Vice President and co-owner of DML Real Estate Investors. I sought Chris Brown out to do a benefit concert so that we can raise money for our hurricane relief program that we have. And the reason for that is so that we can raise money for all of the victims that have had hurricane problems that didn't get any help, like from Red Cross or Baker Hughes or any of those type of entities, and their houses have still been left in shambles, basically. So with the help of our community activist, Sandra Hines, we got together last year, and my husband, Brian Smith, so that we can figure out what we needed to do. Hurricane Ida came through and destroyed Louisiana. Then right after that, we had Hurricane Nicholas, where we're actually building homes right now. We had problems there. So I reached out to Chris Brown's camp and asked them, is there any way that you can do a benefit concert for us? They agreed. I sent them their deposit. I sent them a travel buyout, and I sent them their back end several days prior to him coming to Houston. We had a reschedule due to Travis Scott's problem, We had to reschedule because it was normally it's supposed to be November 21st. We rescheduled to March the 19th. Chris Brown's camp, they canceled during our sound check, which left me with a lot of hardship, a financial hardship, and it left all the people that were depending on me to have the rehabilitation of their homes without that happening, because he has in excess of $1 million that I spent just to get him here. So my plea right now is to ask Chris and his management or whoever is responsible for that money. We have spoken with the police. They have subpoenaed his records. They found out the wires that we sent and the deposits that we gave him prior to him showing up, that he is a signer on that account. So it's not like he doesn't know that he was supposed to be here. Everyone rallied around me, my people from the city, State Representative Ron Reynolds, because we were trying to do a good thing for our citizens, for Houston and Southeast Texas and our sister state, Louisiana. And we're just asking that he please send us that money back.
Thank you so much. As you can see, Ms. Bailey has experienced, at a minimum, a loss of $1.1 million and a maximum of $2 million. And we are here in front of the Live Nation building today so that we can send a message to Live Nation too about Chris Brown and the fact that there is a tour scheduled to come through Houston and do exactly what she was intending to do as a philanthropic effort for hurricane victims. And we want to send a message to Live Nation concerning the artists that they have their brand and their name behind. So next to put emphasis on what we are attempting to do for Miss Bailey, we have Miss Sandra Massey Hines, who is the honorary mayor of Sunnyside and also one of the most well-known community activists in Houston and around this country. Go ahead, Ms. Hines.
Good afternoon, and thank each of you for being here to hear our cry. When I think of this situation, I think of it as being deceptive, fraud, hoodwink, and bamboozle. Our intentions were, after the Hurricane Harvey, after the winter freeze, after the other storms that came up, was to see what we could do to help the community, both in Texas and in Louisiana. I'm thankful to God that DLM and that team came to me and said they wanted to help with what we were already doing. We were collecting baby items, food and water, blankets. They offered, if we had people that were misplaced, and we did, both in Texas and Louisiana, they offered to help build or correct houses that were damages and land to get those people back on their feet. They had some money, but they were trying to get more. They didn't have enough for the 35 houses they targeted. We worked along with churches, the community. We worked along with Congresswoman Lee and others to try and get the items we need from the community. And the rest would be done by DLM and their team of home builders. Not just volunteers, home builders. They wanted to build 35 homes. I'm still getting calls from Louisiana where people still have not received help. So anyway, we're here today to tell Chris Brown, do the right thing. I have honors and certificates for you and for Monica and Bryson Tillman and others that would have gone to those artists had you done right. Some of these representatives standing here, Councilmember Shabazz, State Representative Ron Reynolds, the Mayor, Congresswoman Lee, others, gave certificates to say thank you ahead of time and you were a no-show. And I'm understanding he was on the internet saying it's not going to be a show because I'm not coming. Well, God bless you, Chris Brown, and I hope in the end you do the right thing. That's all we're asking. Thank you.
Okay, you can watch the rest of that, and I definitely will link that. That is in the description, so you can watch the whole entire thing. I don't want to go over, and I don't want to put the whole thing on there because, YouTube. But going on with the article, it says, according to a press release, the benefit concert, which was also to feature Monica and Bryson Tiller, was raising funds to rebuild 35 homes for Hurricane Ida families. Bailey accuses the singer of canceling his appearance even though she covered his fees to perform accommodations and private plane requests. She said Brown has acknowledged his receipt of her last wire transfer but has refused to refund the money. And this is the actual poster for the advertisement for that concert. We are here today, 7/13 day in Houston, to tell Chris Brown, you don't mess with Texas. State Representative Ron Reynolds said, I do not know how it works in New York or California or any other place in the country, but when you have a contract, then you don't renege on it without returning the $1.1 million that she paid you. Reynolds said Bailey is actually out of $1.9 million because of the money that she paid other performers. Bailey said Brown's actions have caused issues with sponsors and ticket holders. She said his team of advisors have ignored her repeated requests and attempts to mend the situation. I acted in good faith and sponsored the concert out of love and respect for the residents in need, Bailey said. I am appalled that Chris Brown refuses to refund my money for a show he did not appear to after we announced our show and sold tickets. Toyota Center posted notifications of the cancellation on its website with information on ticket refunds. At this point, it is my humble belief that Chris Brown's actions are parallel to the pure theft, Bailey continued. He has the unmitigated goal to take my money and stand up to the residents of Houston, then return to the city to perform on August 17th, 2022. My message to Chris Brown, we will not sit back and allow you to disrespect the victims of Hurricane Ida and Nicholas in need. Okay? Sandra Massey Hines, a community activist lovingly referred to as an honorary member of the Sunnyside, said there were big plans to honor Chris Brown before he left the people hanging. When I think of the situation, I think of it as being deceived, hoodwinked, and bamboozled, Hines said. I have honors and certificates. Basically, she repeating what she said in the news press conference. Dr. Carolyn Evans Shabazz, council member of the D District, said her concern is for the many people still suffering from the disaster and that the concert would have helped. She said Brown needs to be held responsible. It is hopefully a day of reckoning where Chris Brown will hopefully realize at some point in his life he needs to take accountability for his actions, Shabazz says, and for him to ignorantly go on Twitter and say I'm not coming after receiving the money is not unconscionable and not acceptable. It's deplorable. Shabazz said she hopes Brown will ratify the situation and move forward in a manner that shows integrity. There has been no public response from Chris Brown's camp as of yet. And the editor-in-chief, Nika, is a proud owner and creator of both News with Attitude and Bayou Beat News websites. She is the one that did the article, and it wasn't posted at the top, so I'm going to take time out to give her credit as well in this video. But with that being said, Chris, what are you doing? Chris, come on, man. It ain't like you need the bread. No, like, come on, my guy. And then the concert, to find out that the concert, well, this is allegedly, I'm saying allegedly, I'm just giving my opinion, but this is allegedly. And, to find out that it's for victims in Louisiana and Houston and other areas that were affected by the hurricanes, and the slow process of the quote unquote alphabet boys not really helping out, with funds and stuff like that. Uh, but to do that, bro, that's a whole different type of low. I'm hoping that it was just a miscommunication between his camp and their camp, and that the money will be returned so that it can be diverted into, um, you know, actually helping the people of Louisiana and Houston. My thoughts and prayers go out to the families in any other place that was affected by the hurricanes that passed through there. Trust me, that's not a small feat by any means, and I hope that they all truly get the help that they need. Now it's time to drop down in the comments section. This video was a little bit long, but I felt as though that they needed to have their voices heard. I don't know if this has been displayed on any other platform or news outlet, but hopefully it will inspire to do the right thing at the end of the day, and the families get the help that they so desperately need. With that being said, thank you so much. I am Madam, and I will get with you in the next video.